I applied for concessions and guest services because I like working with people, but also concessions because I like working in a team and I think I add things to a team that make it function better.
I wasn't really looking to be outside all the time just because I don't love being outside. I like doing things outside every once in a while. That was not going into my very first job, being a lifeguard, which is something that's super high stress. So I chose to go into concessions instead because I'd had some experience working with food and I thought that it'd be really fun because I was applying with some of my friends and I just knew that it would be a lot more laid back than some of the other positions.
Teamwork is important for the shift to be successful because there's a lot of running around and a lot of communication that's necessary to make sure that things are flowing the way they need to and things are happening smoothly. In a concession shift, you can do anything between stocking, running, cooking. There's a lot of different things that need to be cooked and a lot of things that you just need to make sure are stocked all the time. It's important to prep all of the frozen things to make sure that they are getting out in time and getting cooked properly. You also need to make sure you have all of the other materials like plates and things ready to go so everything runs smoothly. In the concession stand, we sell pretzels, Bosco sticks, nachos, an assortment of chips and things, and we also sell Chili Willies, which are a big hit along with our ice cream.
So over the weekends and during some of the busier times during the day, there are going to be rushes and they do get a little bit stressful. The main thing is communication, and there's also those times where it's a little bit slower, like when you first open or after the lunch rush, where you do get to have a little bit of a break where you just get to hang out and yeah, you're restocking and doing some work, but you're talking with your friends, having a good time, listening to music, and even during the high stress times, you still have fun just because you are moving and you're still with a bunch of people who are so loving.
I think it's important that a concessions attendant is able to work well with other people as well as keep their cool because there are times where it's very hectic and stressful. And it's just really important that you don't let that get to you.
Communication is definitely the #1 thing, especially in concessions because you have multiple different positions that need to work together to know how much food needs to be made, when you need to make more food, when you need something made for you that's waiting, when people are waiting on things, everything like that. You need to communicate, and you need to communicate every single thing. Oh, we only have this many slices of this pizza left, every single thing. And it's really important to talk to each other as well as get along with each other and be civil while in the work environment because you have to be keep your cool and do well during your job and support each other and then make everyone have the best experience at the pool.
Throughout the summer in concessions, we were able to realize what types of things need to be streamlined, and so we were able to come up with creative solutions on how to make those things function just a little bit smoother, and we were also in our free time able to come up with new ideas that could possibly be enjoyed by other people as well.
So I think that we created such an exceptional work environment just because we do try to include everyone. We always are talking, we're not gonna be quiet and sit in the back and by ourselves. It's important for us to bring people in and have a good time. And even during the high-paced stress times, we always just did our best to try to make jokes and get people feeling happier and just have a little bit more fun even when they were stressed out. You learn to be friends with everybody no matter your differences just because you're all in the same place and you're all doing the same job and you ultimately want to do what's best for the company and what gets everything done. So coming into a shift, you have your own cash drawer and you have your own register that you're doing everything on if you're on guest services. And it is very important that you value what you're doing when you're at the window, when you're speaking to customers, because you want to make sure that you are giving them the correct change and giving them doing everything the most efficiently as possible because the pool does get pretty busy. So people get a little anxious. You want to make sure that you're keeping them engaged, talking to them like they're your friend, having a good time, as well as keeping the responsibility of having your money on.
Okay, so when working a guest service shift in Maine, it's important that you are friendly towards the people coming into the pool because obviously you are the face of Otter Cove at the time and you really just want to make sure that you are starting off their experience right. a guest service shift in concessions, you are also dealing with a lot of people, but it's also important that you are listening to those people and you're really communicating with them, because you are taking their order and you are responsible for them getting what they want and making sure that they are paying for what they are receiving. A guest service shift in Splash is more low-key. Not as many people go to that Splash window just because some people, quite honestly, don't know it's there. But it's also important that while you're there, you are respectful to those people and you are helping the people that do go to the Splash Park.
And also in the Splash Park, your main responsibility is answering the phones and answering the questions. So you want to make sure that when you answer that phone, you are cheerful and you make people want to come to your pool. My favorite part of working at Otter Cove was just like the amount of people that you meet. Like, I met people at all positions, not only in concessions. Like, I met people through concessions, guest services, I met lifeguards. I made such good bonds with so many of them, and some of them, like, I still talk to every single day, hang out with them all the time. And over the summer, like, after your shifts, you'd hang out with them, and you just get to feel a family at Otter Cove, and every time you walk in, you just feel so welcomed.
I think that working at Otter Cove, no matter the position, has really helped me build skills, not only working with other people, but also customer service skills, and not necessarily only in the customer service realm, but just people skills in general, and I think those are very important moving forward.
Working at Otter Cove definitely gave me the skills I needed. Like, right now, I use my skills every day. I use my food handler certification. It helps you get to other jobs when the summer's over. Just getting to be able to work with people. It's a great first job because you get to learn so much, and it's such a fun job too. You really love what you do, and that just gives you a lot of skills just to know what you want to look for in a job.